Good morning. Welcome to Windows. This morning we have with us Daniel Sheyesta, and we're quite happy to have him tell us a bit about his personal experience and also to give us truly a window, not just into his life, but a window on the world. And I'm going to have Julia Stewart, who's our professor of foreign languages here, come up and introduce Daniel for us. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. Well, I'd like to personally welcome everyone, students, faculty, and visitors to this morning's presentation, Windows. For those of you that are new to the campus, what we do in Windows is we explore issues of faith, reason, and justice. It's our forum to discuss what's going on in the world in these different facets. And today, speaker Dr. Daniel Sheyesta is going to help us focus on the Christian faith from a Middle Eastern perspective. You know, we language professors here at Eastern, we get really passionate about wanting students to interact and get to know other cultures, to learn languages so that you can really learn from the other person's perspective. And what happens when we do that is that it's such a transformational experience for us that it continues to inform our life as time goes on. But, you know, even though we're in a cosmopolitan area here in the main line, very few of us actually have friends or contacts from other countries who we dialogue with. And so oftentimes our ideas about these countries are shaped by the media. You know, sometimes in class, and when I teach Latin American history, I want to know what students already know about the subject. So I'll play free association game, and I'll say, okay, Mexico. I say Mexico, you say? And usually it's drugs and beach and things like that, because there really isn't any sort of contact or first-hand information. Well, if we were to play the same game, I say Iran and you say, yes, it would probably be pretty negative, huh? Terrorists, or, you know, protests in the street, a death to the great Satan, or a short guy in a leisure suit with a scraggly beard. But you know that there are about 10,000 Iranians in this area. And many of the Iranians here in the United States, there are 2 million Iranians in the United States. They are medical doctors. A lot of them are engineers and professors, academics. So they contribute greatly to our culture and our country. Do you know that Iranians are not from Arab descent, but they're from the Aryan race, just like the Germans? That Farsi, or Persian, that's the name of the language, is an Indo-European language. It's not a Semitic language. And it's spoken not just in Iran, but also in a large part of Afghanistan, although they call it Dari, and in Tajikistan. Do you know it's easier to learn Farsi than French or Spanish, except for the alphabet? And are you aware that Persians have a history that goes back 3,000 years? In fact, if you're in a conversation with an Iranian about Christianity, you can open up the scriptures to the book of Ezra in the Old Testament, and you can show how God used the kings, the Persian kings, to play a real pivotal role in the nation of Israel. So there's a lot that we can learn about Iran. And nowadays, did you know that in the 21st century, Iranians are becoming Christians in record numbers, despite the severe persecution by their government. So in the next few minutes, you're going to hear the first-hand story of Dr. Sheyesta, of his participation as a leader in the Islamic Revolution in 1979 in Iran, and as a former student of the Quran, how he came to reckon with the claims of Jesus and decided to follow him. So Dr. Sheyesta has degrees in theology and pastoral ministry from Moorling Bible College and a PhD in international management from the University of Istanbul, Turkey. He taught at the University of Technology in Sydney, Australia, for several years on how culture and religion influence business and human attitudes. Presently, he's the director of the interdenominational organization Exodus from Darkness and a national evangelist for the Christian and Missionary Alliance of Australia and America. He's spoken to thousands of people around the world and has produced satellite television presentations to millions of Muslims in the Middle East. Dr. Sheyesta speaks 4 languages: Farsi, Turkish, Azerbaijani, and English. And he's an accomplished poet and a classical Middle Eastern musician. Excuse me. He and his wife Mary have 3 daughters. So the topic of his talk today is Christ and the Heart of Islam. Would you please join me in giving Dr. Sheyesta a warm Eastern welcome?
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to give you a very, very brief on my testimony first, and then answer your question if I can. Just before that, I want to take a minute or two to introduce my materials. This is my DVD testimony. It's 1 hour and 10 minutes. And this is my actual written testimony, Islam, the house I left behind. I haven't got any copy of this book here. I finished that. The print will come after 1 month. I'll leave this there. If you want to order that, just put your name there and pay if you can, and then you'll get the book. I'll send to Julie and you can collect from her. My second book, Islam and the Son of God, compares Islam with Christianity in all levels, from philosophy, doctrine, and to the ethics of Islam. A lot of references from the Quran, compared deeply with the Bible. I was a teacher of Islam, mainly in the area of philosophy. And as an insider, I have written what Islam is. And we need to know Islam personally, because that's, first of all, we are students. We need to know. And secondly, as Sister said, we have millions of people from other cultures have come, and they are just in our backyard, our neighbors. We need to know them. Knowledge is important. If you do not know, you'll not be able to relate to them in an appropriate way, or, find the best way for peace with all of them. Christ Above All is an apologetic book, compares 9 beliefs with one another, 3 philosophies: communism, secular humanism and New Age, and 6 religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Islam. Zoroastrianism is the ancient Iranian religion, but because Christianity was criticized of borrowing from that religion, so I have put that religion there also, people to understand that unfortunately some great scholars like Bertrand Russell and others didn't know the depths of religions and just baselessly attack Christianity. It's a book of questions and responses. They are the questions of heart. You raise them and challenge people, and encourage them to open themselves and study. And also there are 3 case studies. They're actual practical case study, conversational case I had with a New Age follower and a communist, and the third one, a leader of a mosque, an imam of a mosque. Initially he attacked me in a conference, very harsh to me, but I asked for his grace to give me 10 minutes. I talked to him. I said, if you don't like after that, you can kill me. But that 10 minutes became a powerful, powerful thing between us, and opened the door for us to have communication with each other. And after 6 months, he gave his heart to the Lord. And his mosque people wanted to kill him, but he escaped. He gave a big price for that. Now, that's a little bit introduction about my books.